Hello, folks. Video is not my usual platform, but I thought for this one it would be easier to explain in a video. Now, I'm not one of those crazy overthrow the government anarchist types, but it is a legitimate question to ask. What do you do when your government doesn't follow its own rules? I'm sure by now most of us have heard that the best defense against an unconstitutional overreach of the government is a strong constitutional sheriff. That's true. I don't disagree with that. But what does that look like? How does it play out? As a former sheriff myself, I can tell you we don't always know how to arrest someone for a constitutional violation. That law is not on our state statute books. And certainly it's not taught at the police academy. You see, when a peace officer arrests a person, they charge them with a crime. Most places don't have a criminal statute or ordinance making constitutional violations a crime. Now, I did see a headline recently that a county, I believe it was in Missouri, passed an ordinance making Second Amendment violations by federal agents a crime. Now, I've not read the ordinance, nor did I even read the article, but the headline alone makes me question equal protections under the law. But all in all, I get the concept and I appreciate the idea. Certainly, rather than go the typical route and call on the FBI to investigate a civil rights violation by a federal agency, which could be the FBI itself, actually criminalize constitutional violations. Okay. However, most places have no such law. So how does a sheriff arrest someone for violating your constitutional rights? What is the mechanism that the courts will use to prosecute that arrest? There is an answer. The answer is so simple it may surprise you. I'm certain that every state in the nation already has a law on the books for this solution. I'll start with the low-hanging fruit, and then I'll continue with what may be a bit bigger of a reach. So, when that agent of whatever bureaucracy shows up on your doorstep to execute some sort of writ, warrant, or some other type of order that is unconstitutional, what is it that your sheriff can do? First, the sheriff will have to establish whether or not the agent has a constitutional right to be there. When the writ, warrant, or order that they're trying to enforce is determined to be unconstitutional, then the sheriff can simply tell the agent to leave. If the agent fails to leave, the sheriff can then arrest him for criminal trespass. Trespass is a law that I am certain is already on the books in every state in the union right now. Let's take it one step further now. What if they're coming to, seize something under false pretense, say an unconstitutional order? Now, terminology may vary, but I suspect most states will define some type of theft as theft by fraudulent means or false pretense. An agent may have to be informed that their order is unconstitutional to establish intent, but once that is accomplished, any efforts after that could be deemed as theft by fraud. That is, of course, unless the thing that they're trying to seize is a person. Then it could be defined as, kidnapping or unlawful detention. Most states will have some sort of statute defining that as well. So once we've established that they're trying to seize something or someone unlawfully, if they then enter your house, a building, or even a vehicle, we then have an unlawful entry with the intent to commit a theft or felony therein. That is a classic and widely accepted definition of, burglary. Once again, burglary is a crime I'm certain every state has on the books. All right, so remember, education is the key. The next step is to ensure that your community has an elected local government who understands their oath to the Constitution and their obligation to protect their citizens. So I ask, Do you have a strong, constitutionally minded sheriff? Have a good day.